In the year 2045, Earth had become a crowded, buzzing hive of technology and innovation, but humanity's gaze had long turned skyward toward Mars, the rust-colored dream. 10-year-old Leo Ramirez had always wanted to go to Mars. Not just read about it, not just watch holograms of it. Go! So, when the International Space Academy launched a special youth program called Red Dawn, Young Explorers Initiative, Leo didn't hesitate. He studied, trained, and aced every test. He wasn't alone. There was Zara, 11, a coding prodigy from Shanghai who could hack a satellite accidentally, once just to reroute a weather drone for her school's science fair. Kwame Okafor, 10, from Nairobi, who built a working rover from recycled parts and named it Dust Bunny. And Maya Patel, 9, a fearless botanist in training who grew algae in her closet to test oxygen production in low-light conditions. Together, they were selected for kids, chosen not just for their smarts, but for their courage, curiosity, and teamwork. Their mission: to become the first children to land on Mars and establish Habitat Nova, a small research outpost near the Zara crater, to test sustainable living and search for signs of ancient microbial life. Launch day, April 12, 2045. The Ares Starlight, a sleek, solar cell-assisted spacecraft, stood tall on the launch pad in French Guiana. It looked like a silver dragon ready to take flight. "Remember," said Commander Vega, "their adult supervisor and you're not just going to Mars. You're showing the world that the future is young, bold, and curious." With a thunderous roar, the ship lifted off, piercing the atmosphere. Inside, the kids pressed against the observation dome, watching Earth shrink into a blue marble. "First stop," Leo whispered. "The red planet. The journey." 6 months in deep space? The trip was an all smooth sailing. On day 87, a solar flare knocked out the navigation system. "Zara, can you fix it?" Kwame asked, gripping his seat as alarms blared. "On it." Zara's fingers danced across the console. She rerouted power, rebooted the AI core, and recalibrated the star tracker using constellations. Back online. Maya tended to their mini biosphere glowing dome of algae, mushrooms, and Martian soil simulant. "We're making oxygen," she announced proudly. "And the mushrooms? They're edible." Kwame kept the rover systems in top shape, running daily diagnostics. "Dust Bunny 2.0 is ready for Mars," he said, patting the compact robot stored in the cargo bay. Leo studied maps of the landing zone. "There's a cave system nearby. If we find water ice, we could survive for years." They played zero-gravity soccer, celebrated birthdays with freeze-dried cake, and watched Earthrise through the dome every morning like a sacred ritual. Landing on Mars? As Ares Starlight entered the thin Martian atmosphere, heat shields glowing red, the tension was thick. "Brace for descent," Commander Vega called. Parachutes deployed. Retro rockets fired. With a soft thud, the lander touched down in a cloud of rust-colored dust. Silence. Then erupted. "We're on Mars!" Leo shouted, bouncing in his seat as much as you can in low gravity. They stepped out in their custom-fit EVA, suit smaller, lighter, designed for young explorers. The sky was butterscotch, the ground a desert of red rocks and ancient riverbeds. "First footprints on Mars by kids," Maya said, placing her boot beside Leo's. "History, the adventure begins." Over the next weeks, they explored. Kwame piloted Dust Bunny 2.0 into a deep ravine where it detected traces of subsurface ice. Zara set up a quantum communication relay to Earth, ensuring they could send data instantly. Maya planted her algae in a sealed greenhouse, watching it thrive under pink LED lights. Then, during a routine scan, Zara noticed something odd. "Guys, there's a signal. Faint. Underground. Not natural." They followed it to a collapsed lava tube. Inside, with lights flickering, they found something astonishing. A network of glass-like crystals pulsing with a soft blue light. Are they alive? Maya whispered. Not alive, Zara said, scanning them. But they're conducting energy? Like a natural battery. Maybe Mars had a form of mineral-based life-form intelligence? They named it the Crystal Grove. The storm! Just as they prepared to send their discovery to Earth, a massive dust storm rolled in fast and furious. Get back to Habitat Nova! Commander Vega ordered. But Kwame realized Dust Bunny was still outside, collecting crystal samples. I'm going after it, he said. No! Leo grabbed his arm. The storm's too dangerous! But Kwame was already moving. In low gravity, he leaped across boulders, visibility near zero. He found the rover, scooped it up, and raced back just as the airlock sealed behind him. You're crazy! Maya laughed, helping him remove his dusty suit. But Dust Bunny is safe. He grinned, homeward bound. After 90 days on Mars, it was time to return. They left behind flags, messages in a time capsule, and a working greenhouse. Their discovery of the Crystal Grove sparked a new field of study, geobiology. When they splashed down in the Pacific Ocean, the world cheered. Children across Earth held Mars-themed parties. Schools taught their story. At the victory parade, President Elara Marquez said, "You proved that age doesn't measure courage. You didn't just go to Mars, you belonged there." That night, the four friends stood on a rooftop, gazing at the stars. Think they'll let us go back? Kwame asked. Leo smiled. I know they will. And in the glow of the evening, Star Mars bright and red in the sky, they made a pact. To return, to explore, to dream beyond the sky. Because the universe, they now knew, wasn't just for growth. It was for everyone who dared to look up and go.